most wonderful time of the year. Christmas has passed and we're going on to the new year. 31st is where you make all your New Year's resolutions and decide to follow them by the 1st. This is the tea where we give you your weekly dose of celebrity information and entertainment. And my name is Laura Mbata. I am very, very pleased to be joined by the very talented, very beautiful
Linda Wandete, and I go by Lynn_Stevens on my socials. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's a busy night, but making time to be here, that's a whole different thing. So thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, this is the tea. You can catch up with us on our YouTube channel in case you miss out on any of our episodes.
Absolutely. And don't forget to interact with us on our social media pages. That is at KTN Home, hashtag KTN the Tea. Right. And today, we want to do a yearly wrap-up of the things that we are done with, the dramas from the biggest celebrity dramas, and what we are expecting in the new year. First of all, what are you expecting in the new year from our celebrities? Before we even get to what we want from
Less kiki.
Thanks. Like, let your talent speak for you. If you're talentless, stay at home. And what are we not expecting from them this year is them to disappoint us when it comes to the red carpet fashion.
Hey, because we're not going to be quiet.
We set the pace this year, we're not going back next year. Uganda set the pace 10 times up, and we're looking forward to seeing Kenyans do the same. That is exactly what we're not looking forward to and what we're looking forward to. But let's dive right into it. Someone we want to talk about, Master Cloud Chaser himself, Eric Omondi. Where do we start? Because it will never end.
I know.
Let's start here. Eric Omondi has been championing for the rights of, local artists that is in the music scene. As you said. He hasn't talked about the acting or whatnot, and he's actually been going head to head with artists such as Calligraph Jones, B and Bahati Soul, and someone else whose name I might not recall.
Basically all artists.
Basically all of them. And he came and said, Kenyans are not making quality content that can be used abroad, and that is what the problem is. He's advocating for playing 75% of KE music in clubs and on local TV shows, which I don't understand because anyway.
What are they doing?
What are you doing on a Saturday night except complaining over nothing? We actually play 75% KE music and even more. But he's been championing for this, of course, with several outfits that I tend to disagree with. There was a time he was dressed as a bush. I don't know if that was a burning bush with Moses, but he was dressed as a bush.
As a low-budget Balenciaga.
He was dressed as Kim Kardashian. He was dressed as... what was he dressed as?
A lot of things. And of course, you know, the narrative of Eric Omondi supporting Kenyan artists, I don't really think... You know, I'm always someone who gives, you know, the extra, but I don't think Eric Omondi, like, 100 supports Kenyan artists. You know why? Because at the end of the day, it's all about what benefits him. I feel like he benefits a lot from this notion, play Kenyan music and all this. He's gaining popularity, of course, and the fact that he's comparing Kenyan, you know, content to other content from other countries just shows how, I don't know, I just feel like he doesn't support them in terms of, you know, the real sense of support. Like, you should tell these people what to do, at least give them a go, you know, give them a heads up on what they're supposed to do. Don't just say that you play Kenyan music, you guys don't make creative content, you guys don't do this, and you're doing nothing to support them. I know that he went to parliament, I don't know what he's been doing there, but I also think that, you know, the criticism that he gives Kenyan artists or content creators in Kenya, it's really, it's just too much. Like, that just speaks so much of himself, because I feel like he also wants to, you know, benefit from this in a very large way, and he's doing it.
Of course. And still on the topic of Eric Omondi, despite all his clout chasing, there's somewhere where all of us can empathize and sympathize with him, is with his girlfriend Lynn, who they actually came out and became official this year. But in the same year, they actually had a miscarriage. So for them, we actually wish them... we sent them our condolences, and I think he's turning 40.
How old
is 21?
Okay.
Yeah. So they had a miscarriage, and we apologize for this. But in the long run, Eric Omondi is a brand, and he's clearly doing something right, because we're still talking about him.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone else who's also a very, very, very regular, sinister cloud chaser, Vera Sidika.
Vera Mendes.
What can we not say about that? So there's that Vera Mendes story,
exactly.
Where her Airbnb in Mombasa that was listed. It's full of roaches. Guys, imagine.
And despite roaches, yani this chick anaweza just tafuta anything to write online, and then atuambia, you know what? I imported my child's outfit for $30,000, and 30 what? For who?
We're in shock. And this wasn't even enough. Because right after saying that, she apparently is going to be featured on The Real Housewives of Nairobi. Why? Is she a housewife? I don't think so. But she's going to be featured on this and went ahead to request for a hair vendor all the way from Nigeria to give her this hair for free because it's good marketing for her. I really thought we were past this age. See, as an entertainer, I really struggle with this because sometimes you really do want to look good, but if you're not going to put the money into it, it's also that other person also wants to eat.
Exactly.
And having views doesn't actually translate to money to anyone.
But you know, if this cloud chasing thing helps them, then why not do it? But I don't think it really does because, I mean, look at the company that she started, the Asian something, you know, relating to kids stuff. I don't think it went anywhere because I don't see it anywhere these days. But it is what it is, Vera. If you feel like hii kitu itafanya utoe roaches kwa Airbnb, it's all right, do it, honey. We got you. We're here.
And she went ahead and doubled down and actually put Kenyans, you know, in panic mode where she said that she had butt implants and they were putting her life at risk. Guys, Kenyans were sympathetic, Kenyans were worried, people wanted to find out if she was okay. And of course, there are other people who are skeptical because she also mentioned that she had them removed and she posted a picture of something that just didn't look like the normal Vera Sidika. But guess what, guys? As usual, it was cloud chasing and she was releasing something. I won't call it a song. She released something, guys. Let's just leave it at that.
That I'm not sure any of you heard of.
What is the name? It was a rap song, by the way.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
A rap?
A rap song.
Oh, okay.
She actually put a rap song on the internet. Go ahead and check it out.
Nakwambia, it's all about beating Diana B.
Imagine.
Why game?
And Diana B and her husband who have been making headlines throughout the year.
Yeah.
One for, what's his name? The guy.
Which
I don't
one?
know his name. The
husband. Bahati. Kioko.
Bahati, who went on live TV to cry because he had lost the mother receipt or had been told to give it up for some reason or the other. The thing I have a problem with is celebrities turning into politicians. Listen, you cannot be doing one thing for money, selling your soul for money. Because that's literally what you're doing for us. Giving us the best parts of yourself so that we can pay you in return.
And I like
and
what
then you want to
Kenyans
be
do.
a politician. Why?
I like what Kenyans do pale kwa ballot. You put someone where they belong.
Where they belong.
Kwa space yako to enjoy your own serenity politics.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, imagine the Bahati akiwa a whole MP, considering, you know, the kind of songs he releases. I'm not saying that they're bad. You know, he cries a lot, of course. And I'm just wondering, akiwa pale kama MP, unajua ukiwa, no, as a leader, honey, as a leader, already you're like a parent, you know. Wewe ni kama guardian. So I'm just wondering, Baha, pale Mathare kusema ukweli, hapo angewezana. Angetafuta another location, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, Diana B, for those of you who don't know, Bahati is a gospel artist. And when Diana B came up, the content was a bit questionable. Is this gospel? Is it storytelling? Because she mentioned we are tied like Kifunika gas, Nukiara, Marasham Somali. I didn't really get it. There was a lot happening with her music career. But the one thing people gave her was the quality of video was absolutely fantastic.
Of course.
The video quality was top notch. The styling was okay.
You can't be bad at everything. At least one must boost you up. So I think hapo kwa videos, Diana, you're trying. But hapo kwa kukua Nicki Minaj, rudi home.
Another thing that happened this year is they expanded the family. The family grew in size because Diana gave birth this year. Congratulations to them on the family.
Congratulations.
So big up to them. I think that's very big.
That's big, yeah.
Still keeping it in the African scope, some sad news happened this year, which was very big news. Migos and his wife and his current wife Chioma lost their son due to a pool accident where he allegedly fell into the pool and drowned. And everyone was sympathetic, everyone was sad, and he took his time off social media.
Which is nice.
But then they surfaced as they were getting married and exchanging nuptials, which were actually confirmed during the Qatar World Cup finals. So guys, listen here. Those guys showed up, and they showed out. Davido came through as a very strong guy, having lost a kid, and to actually manage to do a
I actually think he's really strong, you know, he's very strong to take it all in. That's just so much to feel.
So, big congratulations to them on their wedding, condolences as well. It's never easy to lose a child. I've never lost one, but I've seen.
But then can I ask you, were they married because of the tragedy?
That is a big question. And I want you guys at home to answer it using the hashtag KTN at KTN Home with our social media pages.
Exactly.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back, guys. This is KTN Home, the tea, and of course, you are joining Laura and I, and we are super excited to be bringing you guys up to speed with what's happening. And guess what? You can as well catch up with us on our YouTube channel. Of course, because we have a lot of content lined up for you guys there. I go by Lynn_Stevens on my socials. And of course, you can catch up with us as well as we keep the conversation going right here. So we have 100%. Been speaking about our celebrities. And of course, one of the people who have been making really negative headlines. And this time, it's actually for a positive one. Yummy mommy.
Here's my question. Has she been the one making negative headlines, or have people been making negative headlines about her?
I guess it's a blend of both.
Yeah, it takes one, it's a tug of war, you give, you get.
Exactly.
But Murugi Munyi, who we actually want to celebrate, she started a business this year that was doing very, very well. And her podcast with Lydia KM was given some money by Spotify to continue producing what they do. And that is content that people love to consume. And I've watched TMI podcast maybe one or twice. It's not really my thing, but I know people who absolutely love that podcast and they enjoy listening to Murugi Munyi. You listen to it?
I listen to it.
Yeah. People say it's relatable, and you can understand that even with all the negative headlines, there's a side to her that exists that is lovable, that you can relate to, that makes a lot of the things she does maybe make sense. And it just humanizes her, despite the way people came for her. People came for her weight, people came for her looks, people came for her marriage, her relationship with her kids, and it can't be easy. It really can't be easy.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Murugi Munyi and of course Lydia KM from the Messy In Between podcast.
Exactly.
Don't forget to check it out. I feel like it's a very good one.
And of course, Murugi Munyi should just keep on being that tough cookie that she is, because I know dealing with people out here ain't easy. Ain't easy. Exactly.
Kim and Kanye deserve a whole book right here on the tea, but we can only give you so much. Let me tell you. Let's start with Kim and Kanye announced their divorce this year. The separation, followed by divorce, followed by Kim getting a monthly, how do you call it? The support, child support, a monthly child support that, God, could change my life right now. And then that aside, Kanye had his mental breakdown where he was dealing with all these things that he was dealing with. God, I pray for him. Where he called out the Jews, said he absolutely supports the Nazis, but he's absolutely fine.
Black Lives Matter.
The White Lives Matter. He's just been going against the curve and saying the most outrageous things on the internet. And on the other side,
so fast.
Exactly. And on the other side, we've had Kim, who's been giving us the ride of our lives, starting off with her relationship with Pete Davidson. Who would have even expected that? The internet went crazy when they confirmed it. And Keeping Up with the Kardashians was absolutely hilarious with these two. The love, their passion was absolutely interesting to watch. But then they ended up breaking up.
But you know what I think? Regarding Kim and Pete Davidson, I think it's just a situation where, again, showbiz. Because I feel like after the Astroworld tragedy, Astroworld, of course, Kylie Jenner is in between. They had to come up with something to confuse us. You need to focus on the actual thing that is happening. Because a lot of people are actually going to sue Kylie Jenner's husband. But I guess the whole story of Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson swept us away and we forgot, and of course we started concentrating on their relationship and they broke up after 9 months, guys. 9 months. So that means if they had, done the thingy, so they could be having a +1 in the
Absolutely, guys. But it was a nice relationship to watch. There were two odd pairings that actually made us feel warm inside, tickled our insides, and I absolutely loved it. I felt like it was great.
And of course, the transition from Kanye West to Pete was a whole hilarious.
And the whole Kardashian clan has been having their own issues, with Khloe having another baby with Tristan, who just when she was announcing the surrogacy, had been cheating on her. And it's a whole shame. I really wish her luck this year coming up. And Kylie Jenner separating from the baby daddy Travis and coming back to be together again after getting rumors that he was allegedly cheating. The cycle is unending with this family. And
the
I really
drama
wish
never
them well
ends. And that's really, what they want, because, how are they gonna eat? If we keep consuming what they're feeding us, exactly. That's just how it moves.
I absolutely sympathize with them, but I wish them the best. On to another story that had made major headlines. And it happened in the most random way possible. Migos separated. And then you had Offset going his way. Takeoff and Quavo sticking around together to make Unk and Few, to make an album, do a collaboration. And then they went out to party one night and Takeoff was shot and died the same night.
It was such a bad time for that to happen. First of all, the fact that, you know, this conspiracy that there was beef going on between them, and I don't know who wasn't talking to who, whatever was going in there, I love if someone just gets shot.
Exactly.
And that was so sad.
Yeah.
I felt it, but then me see the people who post that RIP, a celebrity died. But for Takeoff, wow.
I mean, it's a part of our culture growing up, especially people within our age range. You've actually listened to Migos when they were coming up and to how big they are. So if it did affect you, I understand, because you actually listen to them and you take in whatever they've been doing, their work ethic, their music, everything. So I absolutely feel if it did affect you as a person.
And they had a great impact, and they actually changed the industry in such a large way. You know, the hip-hop community, a lot of young people have been backing them up. Yani watu wengi wamesikiza hip-hop right now just because of their
inspiration.
Exactly. And what does that teach you, manze? Don't be fighting everywhere. Yani, when you go out, ujui if you're going back home. So just take care of yourselves. You don't go out there and start just creating violence or like, you know, creating commotion with people that you don't know. That was so sad for Offset, because I understand that it was a situation where they were exchanging bullets.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it happened that, you know, it got hit.
Yeah, imagine, it's just reckless gun violence, which is a conversation that has been going on for a very long time in the United States, where young people are involved in senseless gun violence, and they keep singing about it. So it brought to light the larger conversation of who actually makes the change. And as a person who's listening to this, hip-hop is really engraved in, you know, how do you call it? Separating yourself from authority, breaking the rules and doing all these things. But for your own good, you really just need to find the perfect balance.
Exactly.
Not everything has to be engraved in violence. We also like to learn sometimes through music and just have a good time.
I agree.
Will Smith sang good music, and he's been trending the whole year. Of course, for wrong reasons as well, because this has been the biggest thing that happened this whole year. Will Smith at the Oscars. Was it Oscars?
I remember when Chris Rock was slapped and the whole world went crazy. It was such a situation that, you know, a lot of people had different views, and of course there were mixed reactions from the internet. Chris Rock got slapped.
By
and you know
Will
what
Smith.
happened to Will Smith? He had to go to India, sijui kwa these spiritual healers, just to find himself. Sometimes you react, you know,
it's true.
And you're not pleased with how you react.
He mentioned
sometimes.
it on an interview with Trevor Noah, where he said a lot of things would be happening, and you feel like at one point it's the breaking point, and you react to certain things. So do the work on yourself, figure out what it is you're internalizing, what it is you're dealing with, and deal with that first of all.
But his career is moving. Apparently
it's still
he's
moving.
Back to acting.
He's actually premiering a movie which he mentioned on Trevor Noah, and that we'll get into as well. And he actually said he understands if you don't want to watch it. And I feel like that is a big of someone to say, that people will not support you because of your actions, and you need to pay the price.
But anyone who wants to watch kusema ukweli ni kujifanya tu. Because I think Chris Rock alisha move on from
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. On that same note, big shout out to Trevor Noah, who's leaving The Daily Show finally after 7 years to go back to touring. So we're expecting fantastic comedy sets from him. But he also had two of the biggest interviews this year. That was Will Smith and Barack Obama. So big congratulations to him. That's all the time we had for you. This is The Tea. My name is Laura Mbata. Catch you next week, same time, same place.
And of course, my name is Linda Wandete. Happy New Year, guys. See you next time.